We're gonna find out if you're recording. You are recording. Hi, welcome back. My name is Colin. I'm a trans man in Japan. This is an impromptu sort of update, 10 months on T. So I have hit that milestone of 10 months on T. It feels like it has been that long, and it also doesn't feel like it's been that long. I genuinely thought I was going to be a lot more consistent with the updates on T, but what I found along the way was I'm not as interested in documenting it as I kind of imagined I would be. There have been a lot of changes though, so I'll go through some of the changes that I've had on T in the 10 months, and then I'll sort of talk about, I guess, my feelings about it, which is all good, but sort of why I haven't been great with the vlogging. First thing that I think a lot of people really talk about when they are on T is facial hair, body hair, hair in general. When you start T, hair is kind of one of the first things that you look for and that you notice. I do see a little bit more on the arms, see a little bit more on the stomach, the chest, which is weird pre-top surgery. Definitely on the legs, not so much on the back, shoulders, or anywhere, but you know, the future is an oyster. Genetics play a huge part, so you can't really know what you're gonna get. One thing that a lot of trans-masked people who start T will talk about is hair loss. Up here, back here, and again, that's really determined by genetics. I haven't had anything with that yet, so I'm really hoping that I don't have any issues with that in the future. Unfortunately, I am 34. I'm already heading into middle age, so I am at the point in my life where I am already starting to get gray hair, where I would start to lose hair potentially, depending on my genetics. That's something I can't really change. I am very happy, however, with the facial hair progression. This is more than I thought I would be getting within the first year. To give you an idea of how successful I've been growing it, everything up here is the best I can do. Everything down here is shaved and sculpted by choice. The first place that I got hair was down here. Neck beard was the first to come, and then it is slowly creeping up. The inverse soul patch is not a fashion choice. This is the best I can do here, but I am getting a good amount up my jawline, definitely around here. I really enjoy it because when I was experimenting with gender presentation last year that helped me realize that I'm trans, one of the things that I did was put on a masculine shirt and get out a little mascara wand and just sort of put a beard on myself and see how it looked. Those pictures that I took during that time were my profile pictures on a lot of social media where I was out for a long time, because that was the self that I was envisioning. To be able to grow that kind of beard and to like kind of have that shadow, which was what I wanted to have in the first place, is fantastic. Another thing that I've noticed recently about the face is I'm definitely filling out a lot more here. I got a lot of puffiness at the beginning. It is kind of starting to go down. I think that's why I'm a lot more comfortable in front of a camera, video or photo or otherwise now, is because my face is stopping. I think it's reducing the puffiness, which made me look much younger than I was comfortable with, and I still had a little bit of dysphoria about the kind of like feminine round face. I really didn't want that, but now that my face seems to be kind of slimming down a little bit more and reducing the puffiness, I'm a lot more comfortable. Similarly with the acne, I was already quite oily in my T-zone before T, and now that I'm on T, there was definitely a huge change in the oil production on my face, and acne was a huge way of life. I don't know how much is showing up on camera from this close, but I don't wear makeup because I'm not good at it. I do moisturize, I do use a toner, so I think that's helping a little bit, but I've still got acne, and that is a hormonal change. That was a hormonal change the first time I went through puberty, and it tapered off as I ended puberty, and now that I'm back on puberty again, puberty 2.0, I'm getting acne again. And because I had that first experience and I know that it's related to hormones and not like a failure of me to have a great skincare routine, I don't feel bad about the acne because I know it's a hormonal thing and it's not something I can change. So I'm just kind of living with it. I do like growing the facial hair because it makes it easier to hide the acne where it is the worst, which is around here. And when I shave around here, it irritates the skin and creates more acne. So growing the facial hair is kind of a win-win in all situations, but it's been really great. So I'm really enjoying the facial hair. So that's hair and facial shape. Something else that has definitely been from the beginning of being on testosterone has been the placement of body fat on my body. So estrogen put a lot of fat on my hips, on my butt, on my sides, on my thighs, but very slowly I have noticed a reduction in body fat pretty much everywhere except my stomach. What testosterone seems to do is take the body fat out of all of you and just put it right on your stomach. So I have been trying to do some, not like restricted diet. I do not restrict what I eat. If I'm hungry, I eat something. I am eating tons of ice cream right now because it's hot and I can't stand to eat a lot of textures right now because it's so hot, and that is upsetting to me as an autistic person. So I'm not restricting my diet at all, but I am trying to cut out foods that would give me excess fat or cause me to bloat, because having more curves is a very dysphoric thing for me. So I am trying to encourage my body to reduce fat in places where I don't want it, and to encourage my body to get more muscular in the places where I want it. So I am doing exercises that focus on the upper body. I'm doing back exercises to give me a better posture. I am doing exercises for legs. I'm doing a lot of squats. So I am trying to encourage my body in a more masculine direction, and it is being assisted by tea, and that has been really gratifying to find that on tea, when I exercise, I get results faster. It is nice to finally see myself progressing in terms of fitness and body shape in a way that I've always kind of like imagined I should be, but then I never was. So the physicality of my body has changed quite a bit. I would swear to you, when I was starting tea, in the first months on tea, I could feel myself getting heavier and denser. I just felt more solid on the ground. Testosterone does make your bones denser. And whether or not I can feel that, whether it was a placebo effect, you know, who's to say, but I did feel like there was a physicality to my body and a presence to my body that there wasn't before. And I do find that when I exercise, I feel a lot more stable. I feel a lot more supported by my body. I'm way less flexible. I have to work a heck of a lot harder to be flexible. I found out that the reason for that is because muscle, particularly when you exercise and you're encouraging muscle growth, the muscle will grow faster than the tendons that connect them to your bones. So if you do not encourage elasticity and flexibility of the tendons connected to the muscle, you will lose flexibility. Whereas estrogen does not cause muscles to grow as fast, so the tendons have more time to adjust to like the length and strength of them, so you can retain a lot more flexibility on estrogen. It was pretty cool. I was never a very flexible person. I kind of felt uncomfortable trying to be flexible, so I'm perfectly okay with not being as flexible now. But I do still try and stretch before and after my workouts. It's important to warm up. The physicality of my body has been another big change that has been fantastic and made me feel a lot more masculine and matched a mental image of myself that I've always had before and that is finally existing in the real world. So now I'm going to talk about menstruation. Not really going to talk about bottom growth, because it's not that kind of video. If you don't really want to hear about menstruation, if that's not something you want to hear about, I'm going to put down here the time when I'm going to talk about it, and then you can just skip ahead in the video to when I'm done. So I haven't had a period since last October, because after my first T-shot, I was already about to have my period, and then I got it a week early, and then after that period, I didn't have another one since. Now, I do get cramps. I have had fluctuations in my mood, in my energy level, in my sensitivity to light and sound, and my propensity to get migraines. So I am still having symptoms that mimic menstruation, what it feels like for me to menstruate, even getting some cramps. I had a couple weeks ago where I was exhausted most of the days. I felt very lethargic. I felt a very strong sense of ennui, just wasn't interested in getting things done, didn't feel motivated to do anything. Exercise was a struggle. So I feel like I'm having kind of worse mood swings on my menstrual cycle now, even though I'm not having a period, but then the time between those is long and I'm not actually having a period during or after them. I know that's not the same experience as every person on T. Some people will still have light spotting. Some people will still have a period regardless. It'll just be more spaced out. My uterus just closed up shop. It said, well, I guess it's menopause. we're done. And that has been delightful. That was another thing that was very dysphoric for me. I'm very happy to not have a period anymore. So if you are on T, if you're thinking of starting T, you definitely can still feel like that, even if you're not actively having a period. I'm done talking about that now, so if you skipped ahead, welcome back. My mood is definitely better. There's a sense that I hear some like crinkling in the background, and I feel like it's probably a cat getting into a box, but I don't know if it's like something I should check. It's probably fine. That was the first thing that I noticed when I started T, was an increase in my overall sense of emotional presence in my life and a connection to my ability to have feelings overall. I would say that before T, I never had a moment in my life that I looked at and I thought, yes, this is happiness that I feel, and I can name it that and feel a connection with that emotion and that word for it. Prior to T, I never had a moment that I'm like, this is genuinely what happiness feels like, and I am certain of that. I was always like, is this what happiness feels like? Would other people call this happiness? I suppose this is what happiness might be like to some people, but I'd never felt confident that that was my experience. Whereas now that I'm on T, even if I'm having a bad day or I'm having like a rough week, I can still find moments that I'm like, you know what? I feel happy. I feel really good about myself today. I feel really great about myself today. I feel happy today. And that was never something that I woke up in the morning and could find. Every day that passes, I present more masculine in the way that I want to. I see more of the person I expect to see and want to see in the mirror. I feel more comfortable with how my body looks in clothes. I feel more comfortable about how my body moves. I feel comfortable about how my voice sounds. I haven't been really good about doing a vlog, and the main reason for that has been I'm not so much about the journey here as the result. You know, in many things I would say it's the journey and not the destination, because you can definitely enjoy things about the journey and the wonder of it, and I feel like in a lot of things, if you don't stop to smell the flowers or admire the place that you are or to appreciate the small details of your life, you can really lose focus on what's right in front of you. So basically what I was talking about in the video was that for me, the journey of my transition is not so much about the transition, particularly because this feels like something that I have been waiting to have happen for most of my life. I'm 34, and now I feel like transitioning is finally laying the foundations that I should have had. I want to simply live my days and then wake up one morning and have it be finished. And then I can just exist, finally, without having to focus so much of my time and effort on the struggle of doing something that many people are just allowed to do without any of this effort. That said, I like being here. I do wake up in the morning and I appreciate how deep my voice is in the morning. When I have to shave, I do appreciate that. You know, even this haircut that I did not get at a barber shop. I just went wild with my hair trimmers and I did not do a good job. Even something like that, which is a very teenage kind of young person impulsive move, that kind of thing I am enjoying. It's just, you know, the process of puberty that I was owed from the beginning. Not really focusing too much on that. But thank you so much for watching this video, 10 months update on T. Look for more videos in the future. I hope you enjoy what I've already got out. Go ahead and hit the like button if this is something you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you would like to see what else I put out, and if you would like to put some social pressure on me to put out more. I would really appreciate it. Please comment down below, let me know what information was new to you, what information you'd like to know, if you have any questions you want me to put in a future video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.